episode of Comics Review. I'm your host, Kevin Starkey. The first comic I want to talk about this week is The Infinite Vacation. This is from Image Comics. This is issue number 1. This is by, the writer on this is Nick Spencer, and the artist is Christian Ward. Nick Spencer is also the author of Morning Glories comic, which I collect, and that's a strange one. I'm not sure where they're going with that. I like it, but it's a little odd. This one is also very odd, and I definitely like it so far. It's about this guy. His name is Mark, and he lives in a world where people can take a vacation from their life by going into a parallel universe, into another version of themselves, where that self has taken different paths through their life. And basically he's got an app on his phone where he can sort of look at the variables and see, oh, is this somebody that I would like to go live their life for a while? And it's kind of an interesting premise. This guy, he's sort of a loser, doesn't have much of a life, and not going anywhere. And he's sort of obsessed with going into these other lives and living their life. And he's done it a lot, and it costs money. It's not something that's free. And he's visited some of his other ones, and a lot of them end up dead. And he's starting to freak out about that. Really cool art. I like the style. I like the writing. Not sure where they're going to go with this story yet. He meets some girl, and it becomes clear that there are people in this universe that disapprove of this technology of jumping into different versions of yourself. And so I'm not sure how that's going to play out. It's really good. I enjoy it. Definitely, if that sounds interesting to you, pick it up. The Infinite Vacation by the Image Comics. The next comic I want to talk about is Kayne Lynch. This is issue number 5 of 6. And I've talked about this one a number of times. The writer on this is Ian Edgington, and Christopher Mitten is the artist. Really, I love the artwork in this. This is the first time it's from DC instead of Wildstorm Comics, so a little different there. Great artwork, a lot of action, a lot of explosions, and this is just a continuation of the stuff that happened in the last issue. Basically, there's two groups of people trying to capture or kill Kayne Lynch, and they're trying to keep the other group from getting them. So just when one group is about to get them, the other group shows up and kills a bunch of those guys, and then Kayne Lynch get away and maybe kill those guys or whatever. It's kind of crazy. There's one issue left. It's not the greatest story in the world, but I'm enjoying. It's kind of a fun thrill ride. A lot of explosions. I mean, it's just page after page of people getting blown up and killed. It'll be interesting. Hopefully they have a good ending in the next issue. If they do, I'm really gonna like the series a lot. If it's a crappy ending, I would say thumbs down. Don't even go looking for it because it's not worth it. But we'll see. I'll definitely review the next issue just to let y'all know how that turned out. The next comic I want to talk about. This is the one I talked about a month ago. This is Starborn. This is one of those Stan Lee comics from Boom Studios. This is issue number 2. And I really like this series so far a lot. The main character in here is Benjamin Warner, I think is his name. He seems like a normal person. He thought he was normal. Yeah, it's Benjamin Warner. He wants to be a writer. He's thought up some sci-fi stories, he thinks, and then he realizes that actually these are memories that were supposed to not come back to him. But this girl, he was sent to Earth. This girl was sent to protect him. He's part of some other alien race or something, and now that life is showing itself to him, and he's realizing that these stories and ideas that he thought they were fiction actually are true, and he's having to deal with that, and he's having to deal with the fact that this girl that he grew up with is his protector, and he, is sort of shocked by that, and she's basically telling him some of this stuff, and some of the creatures from outer space are coming into his world and coming after him and stuff. It's really a neat story. I mean, it definitely isn't my typical comic that I would go for, but great artwork in here. I really, really love it. The writing is really good. Even if the story's not, my favorite thing in the world, I'm enjoying it. It's kind of fun. Definitely going to stick with it. I'm surprised how much I like these. They're very, very good stories. The last comic I want to talk about today is The Walking Dead Weekly. I know I just talked about this last week. This is issue number 2. Last week I talked about issue number 1. And I don't have a whole lot to say about this. I'm a huge fan so far. Definitely loving it. I don't mind the black and white comic. The artwork is amazing. It's really, really good. The writing is good. It follows along. I watched the show before I got to know about the series in depth, at least. And it's neat to see what was added to the show that I didn't know if that's stuff that came straight from the comic. So he gets into Atlanta in this comic, and events happen here where I realized, oh, that stuff that I saw in the show isn't from the comics. It's stuff that they added. So that was a little surprising because it seems like they added a whole lot in the show that's not in here. So I love it. It's really a good comic. It's fun. It's a fun read. Great artwork, great story, great writing, all around loving it. So definitely, if you've thought about getting Walking Dead, definitely get in now because you can. I mean, it's only on issue number 2 of the weekly version, so grab them. And that's it for this week. The only other comics I picked up this week is only one, and it's Star Wars Knight Errant. This is issue number 4. This is from Dark Horse. I haven't read this yet. And this series is kind of confusing for me. I don't know any of the characters. I'm having a really hard time keeping up with it. I'm going to have to sit down with the first issue again and read it up through this one and try really hard to learn the characters and what's going on in it, because right now I'm pretty much ready to just stop collecting it because it seems like a waste because I can't keep up with it. So I want to like it, so I'm gonna give it another shot and see where I get with it. And that's it for this week. Please leave a comment here on YouTube or over on my blog at twodognight.net and let me know what you're reading this week. And have you read any of the comics I talked about this week? I guess that's it. I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.